Yesterday, I was sitting at my desk, right? I'm sitting at my desk, sitting right here, toiling away. Fucking getting my loosh farmed by ancient Arconian witch, and getting haunted by primordial archetype while distracting myself and playing Deadlock, which is gonna destroy my life more than any of those things will. As the ultimate loosh farm it is, but we won't get into that. Valve knows what they're doing. They know what they're up. They know what they're up to. But that's just a theory. A true thing. There's a cheers checkpoint. You gotta hit the pad. There's a cheers checkpoint. You gotta hit the pan. I'm sitting there and I start thinking, why don't they have vaping in Deadlock? Certain groups of people love vaping so much that they like put it in their phones and shit. Like they'll like attach the phone to the vape. That's how much they love it. Imagine if Deadlock players could vape in game, right? Then their hand would be on the keyboard more often. Plus people love it. I'm sure people would see and it would bring them joy. So I'm thinking to myself, why don't they add vaping to Deadlock? There's gotta be a reason they don't. So I call up my friend and so I bring this up to him, which I'm thinking is a reasonable point to start a conversation on. And so I asked the guy, why do you think they don't add vaping to Deadlock? And you wouldn't believe this. I ask him, and I come to find out people hate vaping. Like, people really hate it. Like, it upsets a lot of people. I caught myself struggling to believe it at first myself. He ranted for like 10 minutes to me about like metal and chemicals. It sounded like a fucking advertisement. It was weird. It sounded like a weird advertisement, but I don't know. I'd never touched this stuff personally, especially if a professional were to tell me it was harmful. I mean, I'm deeply insecure in my own judgment and require authority in groups to tell me how to think and feel at all times. I just thought people loved vaping, to be honest. But what do I know, according to my friend? What do I know? What do I know in general? We're still paying for gas. Oh yeah, but I would never touch this stuff. It seems disgusting. The closest I've ever been to vaping is when I order my monthly supply of Chinese chemicals. After balling the wax up and putting it in a glass banger and holding a $15 Walmart torch to the end of the glass, I'll then inhale as hard as I can for like 35 minutes. And then not 35 minutes. I would inhale for 35 minutes. I would inhale for 2 minutes and then cough for 35 minutes. But apparently my friend's explaining to me that Chinese chemicals are even worse for you than vaping. But I don't know that I'd trust him. He doesn't really like Chinese people. Either way, I'm just gonna stick to the pouches since they actually added them to the game. Also learning a valuable lesson. A lot of people, including my friend, they don't know how cheap you can order Chinese chemicals and get them shipped to your house.